Good afternoon, I'm Mark Mallory.
And I'm Michelle Lee. We'll join Tom Brokaw and the NBC Nightly News shortly, but first, this local news break.
It's his first stop back to Duluth since the November elections, and many here in the Northland welcomed Minnesota's next governor with cheers and lots of friendly conversation.
Sure. Nice to meet you.
Ventura came to Duluth today to mingle a bit with those who supported him on his long campaign trail. Ventura joked about the wave of national attention he's gotten as Minnesota's next governor.
I think is going to increase tourism here because we're the most talked about state in the world. I mean, not only in the United States, but they're talking about us all throughout the world. And as I laughingly say, people are going to come here not to see me, they're going to come here to see who voted for me.
Well, Jesse Ventura spoke on steel imports as well as rebates for Minnesota residents during his trip to the Northland.
Besides stopping in Duluth, he traveled to Virginia and Hibbing. A crowd of 800 filled a room limited to 400 today at the Hibbing Park Hotel. The DFL Iron Range stronghold bent over backwards to welcome the new governor. Some even skipped school.
Pretty good. I mean, Jesse, well, I was kind of a fan of his. I mean, he was in Predator and everything, so, and I don't remember him back from his wrestling days. It was a little before my time, but I don't know. I watched the debate, and I thought he wasn't like the others.
Other supporters who came to see Jesse the Gov didn't even vote for him in the election. Tonight at 6, we'll take an in-depth look at the reception Ventura got on the range and hear what he has to say on key economic issues.
A former Duluth bank teller is accused of embezzling $45,000 from the North Shore Bank of Commerce. A federal grand jury today indicted 26-year-old Laura Daigle today. If convicted, she could get up to 30 years in prison and/or a $1 million fine.
St. Cloud officials believe that the Stearns County Court building is worth saving after last Friday's deadly gas explosion.
Court officials hope to have people working in the building's ground floor next week, but officials say the second floor will take weeks of renovation. Funerals for 3 of the 4 victims in the blast were held today. A 4th funeral is set for tomorrow. A woman, by the way, pulled from the rubble. She remains in serious but stable condition. Well, it's getting colder out and there's snow in our future.
We'll be back with Georgia's forecast next. Stay with us.
Keeping you in touch with today's news with Michelle Lee, Mark Mallory, meteorologist George Kessler, and special reports from Barbara Riles. You're watching News 6, live at 5.
Mommy, Daddy, Santa Claus came. Hurry!
Whoa. Those must have been some cookies you left Santa.
I didn't leave them cookies. I left them cheese.
Find a quick meal idea with the taste everyone craves. Come to Super One Foods and behold the power of cheese.
Get hot deals on the newest tools at Menards. Firestorm cordless drills from Black & Decker give you power and reliability for tough jobs. A 14-point 4-volt drill is just $99. An 18-volt model, just $119. Tackle big jobs with the Coleman air compressor. This 4-horse model runs all these air tools and is portable. Just $189. Make no payments, pay no interest till spring. Now at Menards.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
His name is Yogi. He's one of the few people in the area that can tell you all about the fast carving benefits of shaped skis. Her name is Donna. She's one of the few in the area that can fit you with the most stylish, most effective sportswear. His name is Dan. What he knows about snowboards makes him one of the area's only specialists. Where can you find the people with these names? Along with these names? Look for this name. Continental Ski and Sport, for all the right stuff.
Here's your chance to get the lowest prices of 1998 at Slumberland Furniture. It's our incredible year-end clearance and sale. If you're looking for bargains, we've got them. You'll get the lowest prices of the year on hundreds of clearance-priced mattresses, sofas, recliners, bedrooms, and more. Enjoy the lasting quality of real oak with this stunning pier wall for only $4.99. Just $4.99, plus lots more. Even new arrivals are on sale. Our year-end clearance and sale going on right now at Slumberland Furniture. Don't miss it.
George Kessler's weather is certified by the American Meteorological Society.
If you've just tuned in, we have some big news. The United States has announced airstrikes against Iraq. We're going back to Tom Brokaw in just a few moments. But first,
our friend George is here with a look at the weather.
Yeah, it seems a little mundane, but we do have to talk about a storm system which is heading for us not tonight, but tomorrow night, and it's going to complicate your travel plans going into the weekend. We've been spoiled, too, folks. I tell you, we have not had any form of severe winter weather for about 3 weeks. And so if people are feeling a little rusty out on the highways, you're going to have to work up those skills in a hurry, because I have a feeling tomorrow night's going to be pretty snowy around here. Current temperature 26 degrees, well above normal, but far below where we have been recently. Winds out of the northwest at 9, bringing in that cool air from the north. Of course, pressure is 30.07. Humidity is 73%. Downstate in southern portions of Wisconsin and especially in southern portions of Minnesota, we had a little bit of snow coming down today. An inch or two reported in the most aggressive spots, but in general just a dusting. Still, it's enough to get their attention, although the temperature is above freezing in the city, so the roads aren't a problem. 34 there, 29. International Falls, 28 degrees over in Ironwood. We'll have to wait and see as this cold air piles in. One of the larger questions, now we'll have a little tiny clipper storm to deal with tomorrow night. When I say little tiny compared to some of the other larger ones that we have seen, it won't seem very large, but it might pack a vigorous punch. Here it is, just beginning to form up in British Columbia, and this is truly going to be an Alberta clipper. It'll come straight down from Calgary, head right underneath us and out. Big question mark is, even though the storm itself isn't huge, those winds mean everything. And I've seen a dozen storms like this come by in the last 6 years, and every last one of them has a separate character. So this one tucks underneath and brings those winds down the lake in some of the lower layers of the atmosphere. We could be talking about a fair splash of snow, but it all depends on that. But even without the lake influence, we are going to be getting some snow tomorrow night. And this is what I was talking about earlier today. They did have that light snow in southern Minnesota and portions of southern Wisconsin. Although Wisconsin was largely missed by this system, it hasn't been there yet. Another thing to think about farther down the line are when those winds come across the lake. You see how widespread the snows are across the UP, and that's something we're going to talk about for our area later on in the weekend. As we see those winds waver around due north or maybe even northeast, we could be talking about lake effect snows across the nearer portions of northwestern Wisconsin. The snow from today is winding up, few flurries south of town, Eden Prairie on, probably heading toward Rochester, but they are not going to add up to much tonight. Put the maps into motion as we go into tomorrow. Here comes that clipper zipping right along. Tomorrow afternoon, not so bad. We will see some light snow breaking out, but it's as we go into Thursday night and Friday, we see the whole storm system come ducking down. It's going to pivot right about on Hinckley and then take off toward the east, and with that as a pivot point, we'll have to watch that area to the north. Could be talking about several inches of snow accumulation by Friday morning. Not the way most people want to start their weekend. So here's your forecast for tonight. Passing clouds, colder than it has been. Still not close to normal, but colder than it has been. 9 degrees right there around Palo. As we look at the teens and the other locations, a look at tomorrow shows late day snow possibility. The first half of the day going out to work and to school should not be a problem, but high temperatures only around 20. Now that's seasonable, and I have to throw this in. I'll talk more about it at 6, of course, depending on what goes on in the national arena. We could have high temperatures next week below 0.
Okay. Thank you, George. Yep. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Instant on, the flame's an instant phenomenon. All that comfort making me sing, goodness gracious, the flame's a thing. It's American, it's apple pie too, natural gas, it's red, white, and blue. The flame's got a rhythm, the flame's got class, clean, economical, natural gas. Letting all my praises ring, woo, baby, the flame's a thing.
Brought to you by the Head of the Lakes Blue Flame Gas Association, member in your area.
Looking for a place to call home? Look no further than your TV. Tune into KBJR Channel 6 every Sunday morning at 9:30 for the RE/MAX Sunday Morning Home Show. You'll find up-to-the-minute real estate listings for houses throughout the area. 70 homes are featured each week. So if you're in the market for a new home, grab a pencil and paper and join us on Sundays for the RE/MAX Sunday Morning Home Show. Only on KBJR Channel 6. Brought to you by these area businesses.
Johnsonville breakfast sausage. Wake up to Johnsonville.
In the Northland, there's a story behind every Ford Oval.
This is Gadget Man. Owns every gadget imaginable.
I'll never have to ask for directions again. Take a right.
The Cyber Map, $500. My Ranger, only $177 a month.
Take a left. No, right, right.
Now I've got all the gadgets. CD player, AC, V6 engine, leased for $177 a month.
And the Iron Range.
Also, you'll find out the details of a fire at the Northland Country Club in Duluth. And in the Kids' Corner, 2 stories of youngsters celebrating the season. You'll hear a concert of Love in Any Language at Lakewood Elementary. Plus, you'll see how Lincoln Park students are thanking Grandpa Joe. That's all tonight on News 6 at 6.
We rejoin Tom Brokaw in the NBC Nightly News now with the latest in the airstrikes in Iraq.
We'll see you back here tonight at 6.
Actually began.
Airstrikes are underway in Iraq as the U.S. launches Operation Desert Fox. You'll find out how this military action is affecting the Air National Guard base here in Duluth.
And it's a day of autographs and cheers as Governor-elect Jesse Ventura makes his first stop in the Northland since Election Day. We'll have team reports on his Duluth and Iron Range tours. U.S. military strikes are underway in Iraq.
President Clinton made an address to the nation an hour ago confirming earlier reports that Operation Desert Fox is underway.
The attack started around 3 o'clock our time. As you can see, this is a live shot of our NBC network coverage of what's happening in Baghdad. Operation Desert Fox will be following this and going back as events warrant.
Well, news of the attack is being taken seriously by members of the 148th Air National Guard.
The Duluth Guard Base serves as a civil defense system for the United States with 2 F-16 Fighting Falcons always on patrol at Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida. At this time, the base has not upped its patrols, nor has it increased the number of fighters it has in Florida. The base itself has been at a ThreatCon level alpha since the U.S. Embassy bombings in Africa. Major Penny Dirick of the 148th does not anticipate that will change based on current events. She says the base could go on higher alert if there's a known attack on U.S. entities.
Senator Paul Wellstone says he supports the president's decision to launch military strikes against targets in Iraq. Wellstone also said he, quote, profoundly is disappointed by the majority leader's statement. Republican leader Trent Lott said the attack and its timing are subject to question because of the impeachment process. Well, now on to our other top story. You've seen him on network television shows and national magazines, and today was the chance to see him up close and personal.
Jesse Ventura made his first visit to the Northland since his surprising election victory.
Our team coverage of the governor-elect's tour begins with Corinne Winter in Duluth.
It was a morning of handshaking, joke-telling, and quite a bit of autograph signing. For these Jesse Ventura supporters, it seemed the perfect way to welcome Minnesota's newest governor-elect back to the Northland.
I voted for Jesse. I support Jesse and what he's going to try and do for Minnesota.
Ventura stopped in Duluth to mingle with some of the people who supported him on his campaign, a road he says would not have taken him to the state's highest seat if so many young people hadn't gotten on the political bandwagon.
Well, it makes me feel that, we've got a job to do. Like I said, we can't fail. Because if they see me fail, they may disappear from the system, and we don't dare allow that to happen. And I hope that all the legislature and the elected people, keep that in mind, that we're here and we're elected to serve the state of Minnesota, not our own personal agendas.
While Ventura focuses on his political agenda, many here couldn't help but focus on a brighter agenda, what they call Ventura's star quality.
Personality, definitely. He's funny, he's just so down to earth, and he's not like other politicians. I don't know, he's just more with the people than with the government, it seems like.
He's more down to earth than most of them. Like, looking around the room, a lot of the people that were here compared to Jesse, he was joking around and like having a good time with it. And he's making it fun.
But for some Ventura supporters, it wasn't all fun and games. One high school student pressed Ventura on some serious questions about ways to deter smoking in high schools.
Well, I asked him what he thought about the high school smoking, the designated spots, and he thought that they shouldn't be able to until they're 18 because they're allowed to at 16. And that the school board should be taking care of this and they should make a change.
As for Ventura's plans for the Northland when he steps into office, he says he'll leave it to local government to run the city the way they see fit. He says he's just the guy they call on for advisement when it's needed. In Duluth, Corrine Winter, News 6.
It was a whirlwind day for the governor-elect after his trip to Duluth. It was off to the range to Virginia and Hibbing.
Maureen Tallarico continues our team coverage on the welcome in this DFL stronghold. Cars lined the highway and filled the lot of the Hibbing Park Hotel. And inside, it was a standing room-only crowd, all to see the new governor.
Was it worth it fighting the crowd and the parking and the traffic to see him?
Yeah, we're out there on the highway, probably getting tickets right now, but I think it was.
College students Josh and Nick skipped school to see the governor-elect.
Are you missing a class right
Oh, yeah, I'm missing a class.
But it's worth it?
Yeah, hi, Mr. Wozniak.
And the crowd of 800 in a room designed for 400 was not disappointed as the governor spoke of his welcome in this Democratic territory.
I pulled in today, and I kind of feel like I've already been accepted on the range, and I'll tell you why. Not even before even seeing this fantastic crowd. As we pulled in, there was a sign out there that simply said, "Welcome, Jesse."
And welcome he was by people that didn't even support him in the race.
Did you vote for him?
I have to admit, no, I didn't, because I'd already promised my vote on the phone to somebody else, but I wished I had.
But her husband, David, did.
Our little town of Iron Junction, where I live, he carried Iron Junction, which is not on the range. He got 25 votes, Skip got 23, and Cole got 8.
Jesse answered all questions, even ones about when his action figure will come out. But he also spoke of serious issues, like giving back a surplus after the fiscal year ends in June of '99, and what he'll do about import steel.
One of our economic problems right now is throughout the world that our goods are not being bought. And that's what's happening right now, is that you've got to, the rest of the world buys a lot of our exports, and we have to ensure that their economic stability gets there so that they can start purchasing our exports again. And I think that'll help us a lot.
The visit was short but memorable for the people here today, especially for Jacqueline Hesimovich.
When I was a girl 14 years of age, I used to work as a concession stand and holler at popcorn and pop, and I used to just stand there and admire him when I used to see him up there wrestling. So I kind of go way back.
And Jesse promised to come back as he left behind doting fans carrying autographs. Off to another town to say,
"Thanks, everybody."
In Hibbing, Maureen Tallarico, News 6.
Ventura will officially become governor of Minnesota after being sworn into office January 4th.
In other news, a former Duluth bank teller is accused of embezzling $45,000 from the North Shore Bank of Commerce. A federal grand jury today indicted 26-year-old Laura Daigle. If convicted, she could get up to 30 years in prison and/or a $1 million fine. Also today, a man accused of being one of the so-called trench coat robbers got charged with the 1988 Duluth bank robbery. A federal grand jury indicted William Kirkpatrick for robberies at the Norwest Bank in Duluth, the First Bank in Burnsville, and the Sea First Bank in Lakewood, Washington. This indictment outlines a conspiracy involving Kirkpatrick and Ray Lewis Bowman. Managers at the Northland Country Club are still assessing the damage from a fire in the club's attic. The fire started at 9 this morning. Club managers say the fire started during remodeling work on the men's locker room. Insulation in the attic caught fire while workers were doing welding on the ductwork. Duluth firefighters estimate about $10,000 worth of damage. No one was hurt in the fire.
Mother Nature's not cooperating, so the city of Duluth is stepping in. The city is opening 3 skating rinks to the public at no charge, since outdoor rinks are nowhere close to being ready for skaters. Peterson and Freiburger arenas and the rink at Lower Chester will provide the free open skating through the month of December.
And as you will notice, the schedule is just up until January 1st. At the end of December, we're going to have to reassess and see where we're at with the other rinks and the ability to put ice down on all of the rinks.
For more information about free open skating, call your local rink. The lack of winter weather is forcing organizers of the John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon to look at other plans. Under race bylaws, a decision to postpone the Bear Grease must be made by December 27th. The race is scheduled for January 10th. Coordinators say postponing the event would be preferred to canceling it. Bear Grease officials say they would need 12 to 16 inches of snow along the course for the race to go on as scheduled.
Still to come, a gift presentation to a man who's given his time and love to many Lincoln Park students.
You're watching News 6 at 6.
Coming up tonight on News 6 at 10, he made national headlines with his unprecedented win in the Minnesota governor's race. Now, Governor-elect Jesse Ventura is touring the state he'll lead into the next century. Tonight at 10, we'll recap the former wrestler's trip to the Northland and hear from the Gov himself as he outlines his plan for the state of Minnesota. 35 minutes of news, sports, and weather tonight on News 6 at 10.
Have you heard? The zoo is moving. Well, not the entire zoo. The Zoo Gift Shop has opened a new kiosk at the Miller Hill Mall. You'll find great gift ideas, holiday decorations and ornaments, zoo mementos, stuffed animals, even Beanie Babies. You can even buy your zoo membership, a great gift idea itself, and take advantage of special member discounts. All this in one convenient shopping location, the Zoo Kiosk at Miller Hill Mall.
Walk in a winter wonderland at Cable, Wisconsin, a picturesque little town nestled on the edge of the Chequamegon National Forest. For the month of December, Cable is celebrating the Northland Christmas Festival. Bring the family for old-fashioned Christmas cheer and fun activities, from mushing and snowmobiling to ice skating and sledding. It's a showcase of Christmas the way it used to be. The Northland Christmas Festival in Cable, Wisconsin. For more information, call 1-800-533-7454.
Taco John's wants you to have a happy holiday the Mexican way with Nachos Navidad. Lots of fresh-made corn tortilla chips piled high and topped with all kinds of delicious things. Nachos Navidad from Taco John's. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart and from Taco John's.
When Dr. Hansen went home for her sister's big day,
Family, damn it.
she never imagined it would be her mother's last. As a doctor, Sydney always wanted to make a difference. By coming home, please stay. The difference was suddenly clear. The world she'd left behind, I had a dream about you.
Was I good?
Was the one she needed most, while Mother looks after Sydney in her dreams.
I miss you, Mom. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Go home to Providence, NBC January.
George Kessler's weather is certified by the American Meteorological Society. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door.
And if you're just joining us, our top story tonight is the beginning of U.S. airstrikes against Iraq.
The U.S. launched Operation Desert Fox this afternoon. President Clinton addressed the nation at 5 o'clock this evening, saying the military strike is designed to protect the security of the U.S. and interests of people around the world.
He said Saddam Hussein must not be allowed to threaten his neighbors with weapons of mass destruction.
And we're following that story. As soon as anything happens, we will be sending you back to our NBC network. Meanwhile, George Kessler is standing by with the latest weather forecast. George?
Well, there is some nasty weather just on the horizon. We've been talking about it for a long time. We've been saying, oh, colder weather's coming, snow is coming, and now it's just about on our doorstep. Not for tonight, but for tomorrow night. I think probably tomorrow by this time, it's a little bit after 6, we could be seeing snow across the area. Temperature right now, 24 degrees, which by the standards of the time of year really isn't bad. Winds out of the northwest at 8. Pressure stubbornly rising at 30.09. Weather watcher numbers just depends on where you are. The higher spots, Al Ringer up in Brimson, 18 degrees. But then you get on down there across Lake to Four Corners in Wisconsin. John Teasley has 31. Lauren Wappus said he was below freezing for the first time since the beginning of December. His temperature right now in Cloquet is 27. Our friends north of the border, Jill Mapey has 25 degrees, had a few snow flurries today. And off to the west, John Howland Hackensack, 28 degrees, awaiting the snow. Weather watchers are generally a pro-snow crowd, although there are a few notable exceptions. Let's put those temperatures into motion. Last night at this time, it was 33. I think on this 24-hour temperature map, what you're going to see is just the overwhelming influence of that cold air. It's really starting to hold sway. We start off in the 40s earlier this week, then 30s yesterday, and now we are just in the 20s. So what exactly is going on? We have a bunch of different things. First thing, tomorrow night we will have a little clipper storm that dives on by. Once that clipper goes by, then we'll have high pressure. And I'm not talking about just any old high pressure. This high pressure is big.
I mean, it's big and it's ugly. This morning in Bettles, Alaska, it was 45 below zero. So we're not talking about just some pushover area of high pressure. Well, as we go into the weekend, that's going to get nudged off while a storm system gathers to our south. The fate of that storm has yet to be decided. It might just clip our region on Sunday, but the wind's coming down the lake. Somebody is going to get a lot of lake effect snow this weekend. Who? I don't know yet. I wish I could tell you. I don't know yet, but tune in. And, of course, we'll just get through tomorrow's storm first. Up to the north, there it is, gathering literally in Alberta. It's a clipper in every last sense of the word. It's going to be diving down to our south. Now, I did want to pass this along. Now, the Schwampinator was on the road today. He was down in Minneapolis, said it was snowing pretty hard, but only about an inch or maybe two in the most aggravated spots, although it offends me that they have more snow on the ground than we do. That situation will change tomorrow as this other storm system out to our west begins to move in. It's going to pull an age-old clipper trick, and I hate it when they do this because it really makes my life difficult. Thursday, just diving down. We have a little bit of warm air running into the cold air, then we see the snow breaking up. But by Thursday night into Friday, the storm is going to pivot just underneath us, and we have the potential of seeing that snow linger into Friday, and it makes pinning down accumulations difficult. But at this point, count on seeing several inches of snow by the time you start out on Friday morning. For tonight, passing clouds, single digits, cold spots, teens everywhere else, winds not terribly egregious. Then for tomorrow, high temperatures right around 20 degrees, late snow. And we're talking about afternoon snow possibility, upper teens to lower 20s. And gazing ahead to Friday, the snow will be ending most likely right around noon. Again, accumulation's tough to pin down, but just plan on getting to work or to school a little bit more slowly on Friday. A look at the weekend. This weekend forecast is tough because it depends on which way the wind blows. But the one thing I can assure you of is that it's going to be cold next week for Christmas. Santa will have no problems with his sleigh.
Okay. Thank you, George.
You bet.
Turning to the Kids Corner, Lakewood Elementary students are learning to spread the joy of the holidays in a new language.
For this year's holiday concert, the kids worked hard to learn holiday songs. But since there are several hearing-impaired students at the school, they added sign language to their concert. And it was only fitting that the grand finale is a song called Love in Any Language. The students spent several weeks learning to perform the songs in voice and sign language. The kids say it's a lesson that helps them communicate with classmates. A longtime volunteer at Lincoln Park School has touched the lives of children for years, but today it was their turn to make someone's day brighter.
Fourth graders at Lincoln Park made a patchwork quilt as a Christmas present for a man who stops in to read, to tell stories, and play music for them. They call him Grandpa Joe, and he's been a close friend to many youngsters over the years. Today, the students wanted to return the favor with a quilt carrying a message from each child.
I feel, as I held it, I felt the love and warmth of every boy and girl in this room.
The kids each wrote a personal holiday wish on the quilt to tell Joe how much he really means to them. Very
Tom
nice.
Hansen joins us now, and the votes are in.
Plenty of Vikings and Packers heading to the Pro Bowl.
9 Vikings, 5 Packers. Between the two teams, it's just about
That's
the
it?
starting
You got
lineup.
a team. There
Just
you go.
about the starting lineup. Denver, by the way, also has 9 players. We'll have more on the Pro Bowl selections, and UMD athletes do a little shopping. We'll have that story more when we come back.
Make your home a haven with a warm, inviting glow and handsome energy-saving windows and doors. Heritage Window and Door offers finely crafted products specially designed for cold climates. Wood and maintenance-free metal-clad or vinyl windows with glazing options to super-efficient R12, direct vent gas fireplaces, and the beauty of solid wood. All competitively priced with installation available. Whether you're improving your current home or building new, visit the Heritage Window and Door showroom today.
I used to bring a bag full of all kinds of presents. Now all everybody wants are cellular phones. That's great because Cellular Specialists in the Burning Tree Plaza is giving away this Motorola StarTAC for free on select plans. And with AirTouch Cellular giving free evening and weekend calling for 3 months plus free activation on 2-year plans, well, it's cellular phones for everybody.
Cellular Specialists, located in the Burning Tree Plaza. Get after Christmas prices before Christmas at Kohl's this Friday and Saturday with extended hours 8 a.m. till midnight. Get 40 to 50% off the original prices on thousands of items. Save 30 to 50% on all Mrs. Coordinates and corporate casual. Save 60% on all fine jewelry. Save 30 to 50% on all toys. And save 10 to 50% on all small electrics. Get after Christmas prices before Christmas at Kohl's this Friday and Saturday.
The best gifts for the holidays, Kohl's.
The reason I became a doctor was to make a difference.
But when I went home for my sister's wedding, I couldn't even save my own mother.
Dr. Sidney Hansen went looking for answers and found all the right ones in the place she knew best. Please stay. Sometimes you can go home again.
What are you looking at? The way things should have been.
Providence, coming to NBC Fridays.
And now, sports with Tom Hansen.
The Vikings and Packers will be well represented at the NFL Pro Bowl in Hawaii. 9 Vikings and 5 Packers will be taking part in the post-Super Bowl battle on February the 7th. Today, the NFC named Viking kicker Gary Anderson as the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. He made 6 field goals on Sunday and has yet to miss a field goal or extra point. He has an NFL record of 34 consecutive field goals. Leading the Purple Parade to Hawaii is guard Randall McDaniel, who was selected as a starter for an NFL record 10th consecutive season. Perennial Pro Bowlers John Randall and Chris Carter are also making return trips. Randall as a starter, Carter as a backup. The other Vikings chosen as starters are rookie receiver Randy Moss, no surprise, center Jeff Christie, and kicker Gary Anderson. Vikings going to Honolulu as backups are quarterback Randall Cunningham, linebacker Ed McDaniel, and offensive tackle Todd Stussy. The 9 selections equal the number the Vikings sent to the Pro Bowl in '88 and '75. Green Bay Packers have placed 5 players on the NFC Pro Bowl team, and Brett Favre is not one of them. Reggie White made his 13th straight Pro Bowl and plans to play in his 11th overall in Hawaii. Roy Butler made his 3rd straight Pro Bowl at strong safety. Tight end Mark Chimura, wide receiver Antonio Freeman, and kick returner Roel Preston also made the team. All will start for the NFC. 2 Vikings, Corey Fuller and Jason Fisk, aren't headed to the Pro Bowl. But on their day off yesterday, they had Pro Bowl efforts as they helped Habitat for Humanity build a home in Minneapolis. Roxanne Battle has more.
It's a dream made possible by Habitat for Humanity and volunteers, youth builders from the Summit Academy, young people learning skills like carpentry in order to earn an honest living. It's not easy, but today they got encouragement from cornerback Corey Fuller and team handyman Jason Fisk, who both know a little something about hard work.
It's basically just going back to your roots, just let us know that hard work. That's all we've been doing all our life to get where we're at. It's hard work, and that's all these kids are doing. And just trying to let them know that. A lot of us didn't have no silver spoon when we grew up.
He's a professional football player, and we usually don't get to meet famous people, but it shows that he's with the community, so I like it. I appreciate it, you know, and I'm a Vikings fan.
You got these kids out here that's trying to get their life back together and everything and working and graduate from school, and then they come out here and give a helping hand and volunteer. Just a blessing to the family that one day the house is going to be through and they can move in.
For the last several weeks, UMD student athletes have been busy raising money to help area kids. Today, their hard work paid off as they got to spend more than $1,500 on toys for kids.
And just doing something for community, and I love shopping, so it's fun for me to just come up and throw stuff in the cart. But no, it's going for a good cause, so this is fun for me. And we also picked up some curling irons for little 14-year-old girls. That's what we wanted when we were 14, so. And who knows? I actually would like this for Christmas, Mom. I like this. WNBA Barbie.
Think about kids that aren't so fortunate to have presents under the tree, and to be able to help them and at Christmas to imagine their faces when they see that they have gifts under the tree when they weren't expecting any. It's just kind of worthwhile.
Right now we're going a lot of footballs, a lot of basketballs. I think their whole Nerf section's gone, so we've got the kids a lot of good stuff to play with.
Now, following their trip to the toy store, 2 Bulldog soccer players, Lindsay Kohler, a sophomore defender, and Shannon McCafferty, a junior forward, dropped off some of the goodies at the Operation Rudolph drop-off site at the Holiday Center location in downtown Duluth. This week's News 6 Up North newspaper prep boys basketball poll is out. Superior leads the way at 3-0. Colquay second at 2-0. Park Falls third at 5-0. These are records before this week's play. Sports writers and editors from the Up North newspaper network vote on the poll each week. And again, Hawaii, the site of the Pro Bowl. It's only natural if we're going to send somebody to the Super Bowl. Don't you think that we should also send somebody to
Pro Bowl? Exactly.
And I would volunteer to
And I
cover
would
that.
too, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, the drawing, I think.
Yeah, right. One for me, one for you.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
It's an explosive idea, Dynamite Dice at Black Bear Casino, and they'll be rolling every Saturday night at 10:30. Come to Black Bear and get in on the fun. With 9 ways to qualify, you could be one of the 10 lucky winners to roll the big dice on Saturday night. Winning big is easy because when you roll the dice, every dot is worth $100. That means you can win up to $1,200 with one roll. So get to you-know-where and get rolling. Dynamite Dice this Saturday and every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. at your Total Entertainment Place.
Black Bear Casino.
Minnesota Power. Sleep well.
Each new day brings more new fun. Memories in the making.
Seems like every day the kids just do something that I want to take a picture of.
Every smile's a special one. A treasure for the taking.
I can't wait around for specials. I might miss something important, so I take my film back to Walmart. Their prices are as low as they can be all the time, every day, and they do a great job.
Always great pictures, always low prices. At Walmart.
Once in school, he dreamed of inventing machines.
But it was a science professor that inspired him to save something disappearing all around him. With maps and journals in hand, he walked into the American wilderness.
There he used the science he had learned.
With the latest military action underway in Iraq.
Plus, you'll hear from Governor-elect Jesse Ventura in his own words. That's tonight on News 6 at 10. And George is back for another look at the weather. Things going to be getting kind of cold later.
It's going to be, we've promised him all along because we've been telling you, oh, well, you know, winters up here are harsh.
Right.
You know, we have temperatures, we have golfing weather. Now we have stuff that is not golfing weather coming away, but that's for next week. For tonight, it's just going to be typically cold out there, 9, 10 degrees in the outlying areas. Looks like lower teens, especially when you get closer to the lake. And then for tomorrow, here come the changes. We'll see high temperatures only around 20 degrees. That's going to depend a lot on how quickly the clouds come in. But I think more importantly to folks who have some plans, late tomorrow there is going to be some snow, maybe around the afternoon rush. We'll watch that. Of course, Keith will have more on it tomorrow morning. And then as we gaze ahead to Friday, as the storm passes out of the region, the snow will end, but it's going to leave behind, I think, a few inches.
Okay. Thank you, George.
And thank you for watching News 6 at 6.
Stay tuned to News 6 throughout the evening for updates on the airstrikes in Iraq.
And we'll keep you in touch with 35 minutes of news, weather, and sports tonight on News 6 at 10.
Good night.
Men's clothing provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men in the heart of downtown Duluth. Closed captioning provided by Schneiderman's.